All right, let's get going.
Doug, can you go ahead, Gene? No, you go ahead. Oh, okay. Doug, can you obviously get the big return from Parker Washington? Can you describe that for us, and then how pleasing was it to see the touchdown from Trevor to ETN?
Yeah, just with the returns, it was all new. Obviously, things we've been working on. Just a really good return by Parker, but there were also some good blocks on that play. He ran tough, physical run. It was a great way to really start our offense and get the game rolling for us. And then Trevor to ETN on the play, just a nice one-on-one matchup. It was an angle route by ETN, and he just did a great job setting up the backer and good throw.
Doug, how encouraging was it for you to see so much production from guys that are either considered backups or newcomers to the squad?
Yeah, I mean, it is pleasing. It goes back to our message back in April, and I talked about development. And I think that's what you're seeing out there in practice. It's what I'm seeing anyway. And then tonight, with so many guys playing in this game, there wasn't really a drop-off, Because sometimes when you get out of that first, second unit, sometimes there's a letdown or a drop-off with play, and I didn't see that tonight. Our guys played fast. They played hard. Were there mistakes? Sure, there were mistakes and MAs and things like that we can clean up this week. But I think top to bottom, the guys played. Credit to them. They played fast and they played physical.
Could you talk specifically about Tank Bixby and what he was able to do tonight? Just how hard he ran, and also almost getting the kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we know that Tank's a physical downhill runner, and quite honestly, the kickoff return is a lot like a zone run play. It's a downhill type play, and he's built for that. And it was exciting to see him not only in the return game but also offensively. Get some carries and do the things that we know he's capable of doing. But again, it's also giving him the opportunity to do it right in practice, and obviously you're in the game tonight.
Doug, it was the fourth defensive play. It was like a hockey shift. 5 guys came on the field, and then the rotation and the substitution. If you ever seen a defense off the top of your head that substituted as much as your team did tonight in the first half with solid production?
Yes, I have seen it, and it's the reason. The guys can stay fresh not only throughout the game, but they stay fresh throughout the course of the season. And it was our team in Philly with Jim Schwartz as a coordinator. When you have 8 guys on your roster and you can consistently rotate and keep those guys fresh the entire game, it helps, and it helps on third down when they're fresh and can get after the passer. So it's just something that Ryan obviously believes in. I believe in it, and the guys are it's coordinated now. It's not just you just go pick 5 guys. It's well organized and it's well coordinated, and credit to the defensive staff and then obviously the players for getting in and out.
Doug, congratulations on the win. Just talk to us a little bit about your quarterback play, what you were hoping to see, and did you see what you wanted to see out of them for an opener? Yeah,
I did. All 3 of them played good. They played smart. I don't think there was a turnover there, with those guys, and Trevor played smart. Obviously, the throw, to ETN, and then CJ comes in and makes some really nice down the field throws, and in the face of adversity too. Getting hit on the roughing the passer, and then for Mac to come in and really do what he's capable of doing. It's a great room. It's a great room. We're blessed and fortunate to have 3 veteran players in that room, and it was exciting to watch all 3 play.
Hey, Doug, can you take us through the touchback argument with their
No,
trying
I
to...
can't, because that's as long. We'll be here a while. I'm just glad they went to review. It's the ball landed in the end zone, and now by rule it's still a live ball. Last year that would have been down. It would have been dead, right? And the ball comes out to the 25 or whatever it was last year. Now the ball's live. So the ball was in the end zone, came out to about the half-yard line. The returner was in the end zone, but pulled the ball back into the end zone when he took a knee. So Safety. That's the rule. It's a safety.
Did you know that immediately? And you know,
Well,
how did you get
I know
the officials?
Heath was yelling at me, and Zach and the guys upstairs were kind of in my ear about it. And when I was talking to the officials about it, just trying to, my point to the officials was, you got to review it at least. Give us an opportunity to review it. Not me, because I couldn't, but let the officials review it. And they got together. They collaborated on it. Obviously went to review, and that was the right rule.
You expect a lot of confusion like that until this thing kind of sorts itself out in the first few month or so of the season about stuff like that?
I don't know if it's going to be much confusion on it. I mean, I think it's a good coaching point for all teams, to really coach our returners, in that situation. It's definitely going to be on the coach's video that's going to come out this week, and it's really a good teaching moment for everybody, us included, for our returners, and it's just a great way to learn that rule and to learn the game of football.
Doug, not a lot is ever put into preseason results, but did you guys did you feel like maybe you needed this thing to maybe gain some momentum after the way last year ended?
No, not necessarily. I just wanted our guys to execute and play hard, play fast, and I felt like they did that today. It's a new season, new faces, some old faces out there, and it's just for us internally, it's just a different feel. It's a different team, a whole different year. So it's not anything about last year. It's just about getting better and moving forward.
Coach, overall in special teams, how do you feel the other side of the coin adapted, both with kicking off and also the field? You have a new kicker, obviously, this year. 62-yarder would have been good from 70, and the 47-yarder just apexed as it got through the uprights here. He's special, it looks like.
It just shows the leg strength that Cam has and the reason we drafted him. And he definitely, he had some wind in his back on that one before half there. He works hard. He works hard in practice at it. And you can see he's not a big guy, but he's got a really strong leg and a powerful leg. And it was good for, I went into this game thinking I wanted to get him some opportunities, to kick under this type of pressure, this kind of stage. And he performed extremely well. I mean, he was amped up now to start the game. You saw those kickoffs go through the end zone. And he was excited, which rightfully so. But he'll learn from it, but he had a good night.
Doug, can you talk about Brian's big catch? And then what does it just say to you to see the team kind of go as crazy as they did for him in that moment?
Well, obviously when you draft a guy, first on your this year, and the type of receiver and really the type of person for him, he's very capable, obviously, of making those types of plays and just an excellent play. And then it's just you see I think you see the excitement from the entire team. Same thing when Christian Braswell, even though it was ruled down, you saw the excitement there as well, and some of the other big plays that were made. But we just got to keep Brian coming. He's going to be a big part of our offense.
Doug, I'm just curious of whether you mentioned anything to Trevor after he took the sack on a fourth down, instead of just trying to at least get the ball downfield, even if it's in tight coverage.
No, not really. I mean, we're a bit too long for a field goal anyway, because of where the wind was in our face, and that one didn't hurt us as much, but didn't really feel like that was, worthy of a conversation at that time.
And Parker Washington, not only did he have the big kickoff, but hit 13-yard punt return, 10-yard, I think, catch where he slipped a tackle. We've heard teammates raving about him, but is it what we saw tonight, is that kind of what you guys expect now going into year two?
Yeah, it's just the growth and development, just like Tank. Both guys are having really good camp right now, and Parker's worked extremely hard. He worked during the off season and obviously now in camp to put himself in this position, and it's showing on the field, right? And it obviously showed today.
Thanks,
All right, guys.
How nice is it to see Etienne get that wide open on that touchdown throw and kind of walk us through? You complimented him earlier in the week, but how pleasing was that to see?
It's great. I love touchdowns. So, no, it was good. Like I said, talked about it kind of earlier in the week, and just him expanding his game and his skill set and what he brings to the table. It's been cool to see this offseason. amount of work he's put in and that we put in as an offense to do some of that stuff. So it was great. Ran a great route and perfect coverage for it, and our receiver did a good job of, kind of how we teach it on the outside there. So it was good. He did a great job.
So 48 hours after you showered praise on Parker Washington for being one of the most improved players on the roster, how kind of encouraging was it for you to see that he validated what you said?
I told him, I was like, I'm telling everybody how good you look. You gotta go out there and show it now. I knew he would come to play. Man, he's a spark. Even last year, some of the plays he made, just some incredible plays down the field with the ball in his hand. I mean, you see on the return today how special he is, and he looks good, man. He's been working super hard, so it's cool to see the work pay off more than anything. He's earned it, and just continue to get more opportunities in the way he's playing.
Follow up on the fourth down sack. Any regrets about not just throwing the ball downfield? If it gets intercepted, so what? If it gets incomplete, so what? Just because it's fourth down.
Yeah, not really.
Trevor, you were the guy that I noticed, John talked about it earlier, who was jumping out of his shoulder pads on Brian Thomas's catch down the sidelines.
Yeah.
What's it been like to see his progress, and how excited are you to be the one throwing him the passes as the season progresses here?
Really excited. I'm just happy for him and to see him make that kind of play downfield. Should have been a flag, I thought on the there was a lot of, they were letting us play though, so it was good. Didn't see a ton of PI calls tonight, so letting the guys play, which is good for us. I think it helps, like I've talked about before, we play our defense who's really physical. Press coverage, not going to get free releases off the line. And Kansas City does a lot of similar things as well. So I think that helped us in a lot of areas tonight, and it carried over. But to see him make that play down the field was awesome. I was hoping we'd get an opportunity to give him a shot on the field. And obviously that was when CJ was in, and he gave him an opportunity, threw a good ball, and Brian made a heck of a play. So I think just for him, and he's a guy that has all the ability in the world, and it's starting to click more and more every day. And just when you see guys make plays like that, and instills more confidence in them. Because regardless, you're coming to a new, it's NFL, it's a new league, a lot of changes. You want to make those plays and gain some confidence. So to see guys have that, that's exciting, and everybody was pumped for him.
Trevor, congrats for your time out there. Just had it off the top of my head. Beating the Chiefs, two-time Super Bowl champs. I know it's preseason. You just want to have a good game against them. But what's the confidence level right now in the locker room in the short time you were in there?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, you want to win every game you play. So it feels good to win. And we played really clean all the way across the board. Our depth showed on both sides of the ball. Special teams did a great job, too, made some plays. So I think that's the best thing is, we got some great work against a good team who does a lot of different things, whether it's defensively or offensively, presents some challenges. So I think it's always good to kind of measure up against teams like them or just teams in the league in general. You're in training camp and you're going against each other. It's nice to play a different opponent and kind of see where you stack up. And did a good job tonight. Obviously, it is preseason, and, the game isn't going to count for our regular season record. So take it with a grain of salt, but you want to win them all, and it feels good to obviously to beat them and whoever it is. It's going to be Tampa next week, and we want to win that one too. So I think it's good though for our guys, our depth to show, and guys to play well throughout the whole game. There wasn't a drop off. Well, it didn't get sloppy really. I think that was the most encouraging and best thing to see is guys were prepared to play, and we flew around and were physical, fast, played fast. It was fun to watch.
Trevor, I know you talked about it a little bit earlier in the week, but now that you actually did it, what was that dynamic like with Press being on the field, just that communication between you two?
It was good. Not much was different. I could, I guess, go up to him after some series. I think more communication, which is not going to be the case in the regular season, but when I was done, kind of standing by him, and, I can hear him in the headset, but talking to him between calls and what he's thinking, he can echo things to me. So that was good to get that insight and to be able to talk to him in person, face-to-face down the field. So that was cool to get. I think after series, it was quicker communication. You go up to him, say what you're thinking or why he, maybe called something in a certain situation if this is what he was thinking. So it was good. Communication was great tonight. Wow, it was short. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great night. Thanks.